Hello everybody, welcome back to episode of, my video game collection. This time I'll be showing off the Sega Genesis. Because, I think I promised that in the last episode, which was the 60th Fall. Anyways, so, I don't have much for Genesis, but it's still something, so let's show them off. And yes, you're seeing two Sonics, by the way, or more. Anyways, we'll start off with Sonic 2. More people's first played game of all time for Sonic. If not the first played game of all time. But, yeah, so I still have a lot of good memories on this one, so, yeah, Sonic 2. Next, Sonic Classics includes 3 great Sonic games, which are Sonic 1, 2, and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. That's it. It's just a collaboration of 3 games in one, so. The next one is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, for the Sega Genesis. I say that because, there's a different version for the Super Nintendo, and that's kind of really it. Now, a lot of these games will be different from the Super Nintendo version if I already have it. And yes, I know, bad labels on top, I know. So, hey, I like this game a lot, by the way. Love the movie. And by the way, I bought it for $3. Yay, me! Alright, next is Taz, An Escape from Mars. It's exactly what it is. It's Taz Escaping from Mars, and that's basically Martin the Martian, I believe. It's actually a pretty good game, but I think it's kind of hard the last time I played it, which was in years, so hey. The next one is The Lion King. I actually kind of prefer the Super Nintendo version, but whatever. It's kind of the same thing for me. But The Lion King is pretty badass. I mean, it's still a good movie, and the game is still pretty good itself. So, hey, go check out The Lion King. Next is Animaniacs. Now, this is a game that is actually pretty good for a show. Basically, I'm not saying a lot of them are bad, but I'm saying it's one I really, really like. So, yeah. Next is Toy Story. Actually pretty good. I think I heard there was 1 extra or something levels on the Genesis version than the Super Nintendo, but I'm not too sure. But what I do know is that the game is actually pretty fun, but you have to be careful of not dying because you might get a game over. So it's one of those games. Next is Fatal Fury. It's a fighting game. A lot of people are jealous that I have this, and I just kind of got lucky and found it. So pretty good game, but I haven't really played much of it, but still a good game. Next is Mortal Kombat. Now, a lot of people are going to be telling me I suck at Mortal Kombat because, I played the one on the XBLA on a trilogy, and I kind of stuck with the controllers, but I think I might have been better on the regular one. And yes, Mortal Kombat, the one that's blood and gore and all that, I know. So this is probably the better version, like we all know, so hey. Mortal Kombat. Next is Batman Forever. Let's just say it's a really, really shitty game. That's all I got to say. Pretty good in a way, but not good enough. Next is Disney's The Jungle Book, which is, okay, but not the best game. It's still pretty good in a way, but just not the best game for me. Next is Sonic the Hedgehog. The not for sale or resale version, yay. Sonic the Hedgehog, I did a Let's Play on there, so go check it out. It's actually pretty well. Yes, it's camcorder quality, but I did the job pretty well, but hey. Still one of my favorite games of all time. One of my favorites, not saying the favorites. Next is Sonic Spinball. I was going to say Sonic the Hedgehog Spinball, but Sonic Spinball. And, I really like Sonic Spinball, but I've never beaten it. So, hey. That's a thing. The next one is Sonic and Knuckles. Basically, it's Sonic 3 and Knuckles with the thing on top. So, yeah. I really like this because it just looks kind of, not realistic, futuristic at the time. It looks just badass, and it's a really good condition one, too. So, Sonic and Knuckles. Let me see what's put that right there. Okay, it's like falling, so I'll do stuff to not make it fall. It's still gonna fall. Alright, next is Spider-Man, or Venom Spider-Man, or Spider-Man Venom, Separation Anxiety. This is a pretty good game, but just the thing is, it's hard. It's hard to play this game, so a lot of the Spider-Man games back then was pretty hard. Nowadays, not too much, and more fun, but hard. So, try it out if you want. Next is Rocket Knight Adventures for the Sega Genesis. God, this game is awesome. I gotta say, it really is awesome. But it doesn't have any save states or even passwords. But it's badass. I really love this game. Go check out Rocket Knight Adventures. Next is World of Illusion starring starring Disney's Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. Yeah, it's one of those games that doesn't even have the title on the freaking cover, only the top. Yeah, not the best. Okay, but the game is actually pretty good. It's not better than Castle of Illusion. I'm just going to say that. So, pretty good game. Go check it out. Next is Tiny Toon Adventures Acme All-Stars. Yeah, so Acme All-Stars. Here, sorry, my hand's getting tired. Okay, Acme All-Stars. I know the condition of the label was not all that great, but the game is still fun. It's still pretty good. It's a kind of mini-game, kind of party kind of game with sports in it. So, if you like all the characters from the show, you most likely like it. So, next is Cool Spot, which is basically the mascot of 7-Eleven's Little Dot. Or 7-Eleven, not 7-Eleven. Friggin' 7-Up, which even tells you right there. If it even wants to tell me. Come on, autofocus, if not. Come on. Come on. There you go, you can see it. All rights reserved. 7-Up and Spot character are trademarks. Okay. But yeah. Cool Spot is 7-Up Spot. The game's okay. It's not the best. Really, it's kind of like whatever. So, next is NBA Jam, the game that everyone knows how to play. But it's a really good basketball game. No joke. I'm actually going to seriously say, get this game for whatever console you want. That's really it. Whatever console you want. Next is Street Fighter 2 Special Championship Edition. I don't play this version much ever since I got the Super Nintendo newcomer one, but it's still a good game. I mean, like, it's Street Fighter, so it's all I could say. Next is Miss Monopoly, which I actually put a lot of hours into this version of Monopoly because I was really having fun with it a lot. Even David, Mr. Dave64, plays this a lot with me. Go check out Monopoly for NES, Super NES, or Genesis, if it was for Super NES or not. Next is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. What can I say about Sonic the Hedgehog 3 that hasn't already been said already? So, it's a badass game. All I can say is probably everybody's favorite Sonic game of all time. A lot of people says that. I'm just saying that. Next is Sonic 3D Blast, which a lot of people hate. Me, I'm like, whatever about the game, so that's kind of what I feel about it. But it's a good game in general, so. Next is a really, really shitty cover of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game. Like, literally, it's a shitty cover. Now, I did a Let's Play on this version, too, so go check it out. But it's also camcorder quality, so hey. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. One of my favorite Genesis games of all time. Next is Disney's Aladdin. It's Prince Ali, who can it be? I gotta say about this game is that it's good, but the thing is, I like the Super Nintendo version even way better. But it's a good game. You gotta admit that. It's a good game. Next is Vector Man. Now, this is actually a really good game that a lot of people never knew about until maybe the collections of Sonic Mega Collections and Ultimate Genesis Collection, all that stuff. But the game is actually pretty awesome, but it's also pretty hard. No, like, save states, I believe. Or save states, no save stuff. So, next is Mickey Mania, The Timeless Adventures of Mickey Mouse. Now, this is a good game and idea, but it didn't do too well, as in it didn't play as good. I would have played the other game, Magical Quest, starring Mickey Mouse. I would have played that game rather, but I don't even have it, so I wish I did. Next is Tiny Toon Adventures Buster's Hidden Treasure. Now, I actually don't have much memories on this game. I can't even tell you how it was, but that's it. I can't even say if it's good or bad. I don't have much memories on it. Next is The Ren and Stimpy Show. Now, this is actually a pretty interesting game. It's actually pretty good, too, and my level's actually pretty darn in there, like, pretty well. So, yeah. Nickelodeon good Ren and Stimpy show. I think it's called Stimpy's Invitation. So yeah, go check it out. Pretty good game. Pretty good game. Now this one's the Genesis 6-pack. This is basically another collection, just like Sonic Classics. This game has Sonic the Hedgehog, Golden Axe, Streets of Rage, Revenge of Shinobi, Columns, and Super Hang-On. Now, I don't have Streets of Rage or Golden Axe or Revenge of Shinobi or Super Hang-On or Columns, but I do have Sonic the Hedgehog for the Genesis. So it was actually a pretty good deal for me. I think I bought it for like $5, but it was a really good deal, especially for Golden Axe and Streets of Rage for me. Oh, and Revenge of Shinobi was probably the second biggest thing for me, next to those two. But Sonic the Hedgehog was like, whatever, I already got like 3 copies of it, and I can play whichever version of it already. And Columns, Super Hang-On, I just don't care for. Super Hang-On, it should have been like Space Harrier for me. It should have been. Next is Echo the Dolphin. Now, this is actually a pretty hard game if you don't know what you're doing or if you don't have the patience for it, but it's a pretty okay game. Nothing too like fantastic or major, but it's an okay game that you should try it out, but nothing guaranteed if you'll like it, but it's an okay game, I'm going to say that. And now for my box Genesis games. They might be complete, they might not, but they're there. I'm going to show the case. First is Sonic the Hedgehog! Again! Yeah, so I got the original Sonic the Hedgehog boxed, so that's pretty cool. So, yep, super graphics. It's super Sonic. Alright, so after that, next is Castle of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse. Now, this is a badass classic that I think a lot of people should try out. And if you don't, well, what the fuck is wrong with you? But it's a really badass game. I think you should literally go check it out. If you don't want to try out the original, go try out the HD remake of it, which is also badass. But it's hard too, so hey, check it out. Genesis. Next game is Fantasia, which is, well, an interesting game because you're playing as Mickey in the Fantasia games, but the entire movie is basically this. That's basically it. Like, seriously, you play as Mickey, you go into the levels of the movie, and then you beat it. So next is Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. This is basically Puyo Pop, or Puyo Pop Fever in America before Puyo Pop was even a thing. But it was a pretty good game. I actually like this game, puzzle game. So yeah, go check it out if you don't have Puyo Pop or Puyo Puyo. Next is Spider-Man for the Genesis. This is actually a pretty I don't even know what to say. It's not good. It's kind of bad, but it's not the best like ever. Like, seriously, go play Separation Anxiety more or Maximum Carnage in this, but it's a weird game. Next is X-Men. And no, I never got that special edition poster inside. Never. If I can open it. There you go. No poster inside. The game's there, though. Okay. But, like I said, the game's okay. Just, like, fucking... It's not the best, but it looks good in visual-wise, but it's just not the best, so... That's all I can say about that. And the last game in my Genesis collection is actually the last newest Genesis box game I bought for my Genesis. Ranger X. Super underrated game. A lot of people has not given it loved, but it's pretty interesting, but it's also pretty hard. That's the thing. So, you could try it out if you want, and plus, this is one of the only games I still have left that still has this little hanger, but hey, that's why I have it bended so it doesn't get taken off or whatever. But, that's really it for this collection video, everybody. So, if you like what you saw, well, you know, of course, like the video, subscribe, leave a comment below. And I hope you like my Sega Genesis collection. Now, of course, I'm always up to ears to hear what you think I might have or should have in my collection. Should I get freaking Alex Kidd in Enchanted World or Castle or something like that? I don't forget. Should I get like another Sonic game or something like, oh my god, you don't have the not for sale version or something? I don't know. Like, I know there's some games I still need to get, like Gunstar Heroes and the Golden Axe games and Streets of Rage games and a bunch of more games. I was going to say that for general. Gargoyles, to some of the Marvel games, to just a lot of things. But Honestly, I'd like to hear your opinions on what Sega Genesis games I should get for my Genesis collection. I'm not too great on collecting for Genesis games. All these games I have gotten were probably around the year 2005 to up to 2008 or 9. Yeah, that's when Genesis for me was more common. Now it's kind of more rare. So, in my perspective. But anyways, I guess I'll just see you guys for the next collection video, which is Nike Beats of Sega Genesis. It might... Well, I'm not even going to say what it's going to might be, because I have to promise to doing that next one. But that's really it for today, everybody. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys for the next video game collection, which is, once again, it's not going to be the Genesis. It might be something else. Once again, thank you for watching. See you guys for the next one. Bye.